So Mediaite is reporting on yet another insane Trump story about how he treats his campaign workers. They say, quote, Donald Trump fans have to sign a contract promising to never insult him for the rest of their lives if they want to volunteer for the campaign's phone bank. NBC reported last week that Trump was making some volunteers sign non-disclosure agreements before they were allowed to help the campaign. On Tuesday, the Daily Dot got their hands on the actual contract in question. In order to work at the Manhattan phone bank, volunteers must, and I quote, promise and agree not to demean or disparage publicly the company, Mr. Trump, any Trump company, any family member company, or any asset of the foregoing own or product or service, any of the foregoing offer, in each case by or in any of the restricted means and contexts, and to prevent your employees from doing so. I know that's a lot of technical legal jargon there, but basically what that means is if you come and work for the campaign, you are not allowed to speak a bad word about me ever again. Goddamn. Now, as many lawyers have pointed out, and they quote some of them in the article here, they say, maybe Donald Trump doesn't get this. That is wildly illegal. In fact, that's unconstitutional. He can't make people promise to do this. It doesn't make any sense. It's actually not binding. But in typical Donald Trump fashion, the law is kind of irrelevant to him because he's going to bully you into doing what he wants anyway. Just like he says about people who write negative articles on him, which, by the way, are factual articles oftentimes. He says, yeah, no, I'm going to crack down on that because I don't like it. And people go, well, how are you going to crack down? We have the First Amendment. He says, I'm just going to sue you and try to bankrupt you. That's it. Now, he admits, I lose the cases, sure, but I'm going to sue you and I'm going to make your life a living hell because you dared write something factual against me. So what's so hilarious is that he's the guy and his supporters are the people who recently have been out there saying, oh my God, leftist hoodlums, leftist thugs trying to take away our First Amendment rights. Whoa, wait a second. So am I against it if there's ever censorship on the left? Yes, I have a history of being against that. But what about your guys' censorship? They love their own censorship. They hate the censorship of the other. Now, see, I'm this weird thing called consistent. I hate it when there's censorship on either side. But these guys embrace their own censorship with open arms. They love Trump when he says, let's open up the libel laws and sue people and win money if they say things we don't like. They love that. They love that. Free speech sucks. But then oftentimes when it's just a liberal who does a peaceful protest, not censoring anybody, but just says, hey, I disagree with his racism. Like, oh my God, you're violating his First Amendment rights. Now shut up and let him violate your First Amendment rights, because that's the way this should work. Authoritarianism 101, dictatorship, tyranny 101. This is fascism through and through. How can people not see through this? He makes you sign a fucking agreement that basically treats him like a messiah. Never speak a word about me bad again. How dare you? This is who you're going to support, Republicans? And also, again, he would, if he were to get power, he would try everything he could to try to rig the rules in his favor this way. So, would you guys really want to vote for somebody who believes in this big of government? Because you guys say you believe in small government. Apparently you believe in small government unless said big government is the kind of big government that annoys the people that you disagree with. So it's hypocrisy through and through, and it's totally scary because here we have a guy who's a pseudo-populist, who's super confident, who's riding this wave of support, and people are not weighing heavily enough and not taking into consideration enough all the shit he does like this, which is a real indication of how he would act if he had power. Do you really want this guy to have nuclear weapons? Do you really want this guy to have the ability to crack down on people who dissent and disagree with him? We're going down a dangerous path, man.